Hi, this is Dr. Meherji. Learn smart, score high always. Today, I come up with a new subject and a new topic, that is economics. Whenever we heard this subject, we feel much worried. This subject is very tough and not easy to understand and very boring. I myself also felt the same when I was at degree and PG. Of course, intermediate, I am in MPC. Okay, now we'll come to this subject. Okay, this subject is actually very interesting and a very good subject. We can understand very easily. It is about us only. So what that, whether an individual or organization or a government, what their needs and how they are satisfying or getting their needs to be done. So it is the subject, needs and the ends, all about that one only. Okay, you can see we have a lot of wants and needs. Okay, say for instance, I want to go to a movie in a multiplex. Yeah, good. Ticket, we can book it in online. But I want to go by a Mercedes. Go by a Mercedes. Okay, how much money is available at my bank or through my credit cards or various loan offers? Okay. We will get satisfied our want Mercedes also. Okay. And tomorrow I am planning to visit a hill station. But I want to go by a Volkswagen car. Okay. Again, is there any sufficient funds with us? Our loans are available. Okay. Here, wants or desires are unlimited, whereas the resources are limited. Funds are limited. So, how to best utilize our available funds and how to satisfy our needs at the best? That is the main theme of this subject. Here you can see that unlimited wants and needs. Okay, money I require this much, and gold or silver or bullion, like that. I require that much. Is it possible to procure with our scarce resources? That is the main agenda of this subject. That is the main agenda of this subject. Okay, let us break down it. This is also what that is. Economics also a social science that studies how individuals, businesses, governments and societies make choices about allocating scarce resources to satisfy their unlimited wants and needs. Okay, like individuals, businesses and governments also having a lot of wants and needs, desires. Okay, we want to make 6-lane roads or 8-lane roads, and we want to construct a big international airports here and there. All that government also having a good and lot of vision. It has good uh, expectations and needs to meet the desires of their people. Okay, it is having more or a lot of desire than its people. But is it possible with the scarce resource? The funds are less available. They're not sufficient to satisfy all these needs. How to do? That is the subject which deals with all these are our economics subject. Okay, I think by this time you came to one idea about this subject. Okay, who are the founders or fathers of this subject? Okay, we will see one by one. On the screen you are looking Lionel Robbins. He has given a beautiful definition that the subject, this economic subject, studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Okay, scarce means or scarce resources, they are having a lot of alternatives. We can construct roads, we can construct dams, or we can construct airports, railway stations, like that. Several alternative uses. But that is very scarce resource, money. And the ends for which we can use. Is it for construction of roads, or construction of dams, or airport, or bus station, or railway station, airports? Like that, only one we can construct. In that case, which one we will choose? Thereby, it is creating opportunity cost. By choosing one, we have to lose something else. Remaining all, we have to lose. So, Lionel Robbins has given as it is a subject studying human behavior. It is studying the human behavior as a relationship between, how it is looking at this subject. It is the relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. And another one is Adam Smith. Adam Smith, he is the father of economics. You see, when he has given that definition, 1776, so that's why he is the father of economics. He defined this subject as a study of nature and the cause of wealth of nations. Yeah, what is the cause of wealth of nations? Only some nations are having lot of wealth, whereas others are suffering from lack of such a wealth. Remaining all are racing after that wealthy nation. Only one or few nations are having wealthy. So what is the reason? That nation best utilized the resources available to it. Remaining all nations, they are not properly utilizing or misutilize that resources available to them. So that is why Adam Smith well defined it as the nature and the causes of wealth of nations. The nature and causes of wealth of nation. That's why he is the father of economics. And another one is Alfred Marshall. He is also very prominent in economics. How he defined economics? It is the study of man in the ordinary business of life. Wow. You see that? Study of man in the ordinary business of life. Ordinary business of life. How man is behaving. That study is called economics. Economics is the study of man in the ordinary business of life. What it mean? Every man, he wants welfare. Okay, I will give lesser money. I spend lesser money, but I want more return from it. I pay less, but I want more return from it. Okay, that is why even now in 21st century, governments are offering freebies, welfare schemes to their people. Why? People mindset is like that. They require more and more from the government or external bodies for their limited spending capacity. Or they will spend less, but they require more. It is the main reason for humans why they are lacking or why they are not developed so much of that, why they are not having that much of capacity to meet all their wants. Okay, all that are another issues. It will lead to another thing that government is unable to provide employment. Government is unable to provide even infrastructure. All that is another issues that is different. Okay, that's why he said very well that definition you see. To avoid all that unnecessary talks, he's given that it is the study of man in the ordinary business of life. In ordinary life, how you are behaving, how a man will behave in ordinary course of business of his life. Business means not the formation of business and doing that business, not that one. How he is doing in his life. So that is why Alfred Marshall focused much on human welfare. He focused much on human welfare. So now we will see the nature of economics. What is economics? We have seen that definition given by three eminent scholars in economics, and one is the father of economics. So now we will see that nature of economics. So economics as a science, economics as a science. What is science? What is science? And surprisingly, you see that a second slide, it is economics as an art. What is art? Okay, here economics is a science as well as economics as an art. Okay, before going in detail, one should know what is science or what is art. Okay, Amitabh Bachchan, is he a scientist or an artist? Amitabh Bachchan, is he a scientist or an artist? We'll say he is a good actor, good artist, art of acting. He is not scientist. He is not finding any acting principles. He is performing the art of acting. Acting already is there. Well established principles, rules, everything are there. That he is practicing and he is performing well. That is why we are appreciating him. He is an actor, best actor. He is a best actor. So, by this time, you all might be known what is art. Any subject, if we are practicing it, it is an art. We are performing that art. We are implementing that subject. Excellent. Okay, many of my students, please don't take it serious. They all become scientists in their exams. Why? That the definition or anything is never anybody has given, but they will give a beautiful definitions for that subjects. They are inventing a new things. That is called scientists. What my expectation is, all my students should be artists. You perform that act, that enough. You should know what it is, what is there in that subject. You implement it in your examination. You redraft it. That act is enough. You don't find new things and don't give surprises to that examiner. The examiner will die by knowing all that new facts. He cannot digest immediately, unexpectedly. Okay, that is art. So here, economics is a science. That too, it is a positive science as well as normative science. What is meant by positive science and what is a normative science? It explains what is, for example, why prices rise or how markets function. It will find, okay, it will give that things. Okay, that is why it is a positive science. That research is going on. Well, experts who are prominent in that subject, okay, after their PGs, okay, they will do research on it, being it is a positive science. What is happening for markets? What is happening to these prices? They goes on searching, research. That is research they are doing. And another one is normative science. It is also deals with what ought to be. What ought to be. Example, what should be the ideal tax rate? Government goes on imposing taxes. Okay, what people will do? They will find some shortcuts how to avoid these taxes. So that is why what ought to be. Okay, even if they are having power in their hands, governments are not supposed to burden their people, increasing taxes as they wish and increasing the prices as they wish. That is not happening. Why? They are having control. At the same time, they have the ideology, what ought to be. Okay, if we done like this, what happens? So that is why that study also, our subject economics is doing that study also. What ought to be. So that is why it is normative science. Economics has a science, it is positive science. What is, it will test, and it is a normative science also because it testifies what ought to be. And now we'll come to economics as an art. Economics is applied to solve practical problems. I already told you, you implement that subject in your examination. That is art in that sense. Now what I am saying, you apply this subject to solve the problem of poverty. You apply this subject to solve the problem of poverty or unemployment or inflation. There are several problems in the economy. So to solve all that problems, if you are using the subject economics, already well established rules and regulations are there. What happens, how it should be, everything is there in that subject. If prices are increases, what happens? If supply is more, what happens? Everything is discussed in that subject as a science. Now our task is to implement that, that is art. So economics will act as both science and art. That's why maybe that several people, they are confusing with that, and they are saying that economics is a toughest subject, it is not easy to digest, blah blah blah, this one, that one, that. But you don't think like that. It is very good subject, very interesting subject. We can understand the economies as a whole. At the same time, we can understand individuals' needs and how to satisfy them. That is the major problem in the present world. So, third point, microeconomics and macroeconomics. While giving this explanation, I have given clue for this third one, I think so. Okay, what is microeconomics and what is macroeconomics? Microeconomics is a study which studies individual units like consumers, individual unit like consumers, firms, markets, like that. And in macroeconomics, it is a whole, including national income, big, not individual income, national income. We are studying about national income. Then that is macroeconomics part. If we are studying about individual income, how he is going to satisfy his wants and needs, okay, that is a microeconomics. And inflation, economic growth, we are looking at. In that case, it is a macroeconomics. Microeconomics means, micro means individual units. That is simple remembering point, that is micro means small, macro means big. Okay, micro means in a small consumers, individual units. Consumer means individual, you and me, all we are consumers. At the same time, okay, firm level, not industry level, or at not national level or international level, we are looking at firms. Okay, Rama and Co, Krishna and Co, Kanna and Co, like that. It is firms, okay, markets, small markets here and there. In that case, it is micro. If we are looking at a whole economy as a whole, okay, total Indian economy, Indian national income, or inflation rate at India, or inflation in India, or economic growth of India, like the national wide, if we have taken, that is macroeconomics. Nature of economics. Economics is a science, economic as an art, and economics, microeconomics and macroeconomics. The three you have to remember at all your lifetime. Okay, thereby you can study this economics at a very easy and comfort. So now we will see what are the basic features or that nature of economics. Okay, as we discussed already, economics is studying about that scarcity. Central to economics, resources are limited, but wants are unlimited. Resources are limited, wants are unlimited. Even how much gold I am showing on my slide, that may not be sufficient to your mother. You don't think otherwise? You ask, Ma, is this enough to get ornaments for you? Definitely, no need to go to even your mother. You ask yourself whether that much gold is sufficient for satisfying your all your needs. I'm telling about only gold needs only, ornaments. Okay, immediately you will say, no, sir, as if something more is better. So our wants are unlimited, and these resources are limited. Not only this one, in case of money, your father or mother has given some pocket money to you. How to spend that? Say 1,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees. How to spend? You are planning during this month, but till another month, they won't give any money. Okay, how to spend? Your friend's birthday is there during that month only. You want to watch your favorite hero's movie during this month only. So all this you are planning, and you are best utilizing that resource what you have, that 1,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees to entire that month. In that case, you are an efficient person. Such persons only we require to this nation. And some people are there, okay, their resources are 1,000 or 5,000, but their wants are 1,500 or 6,000. How to get that remaining 500 extra or 1,000 extra? That is the problem. Even our country also suffering from that problem. We are borrowing. External borrowings are very high. External borrowings means within India we are borrowing. That borrowings are not sufficient. We are unable to satisfy our needs. Thereby, India is going to borrow money from outside India. Some other countries or some other institutions outside India. It is borrowing that money, external borrowings. Then what happens to our image? You think about yourself or your friend went to some other person to get a 500 or 1,000 more, which is deficient to them. What happens? What about their image? So we have to satisfy our wants within the resources available to us. That thing economics will teach us that thing. Okay, that is why economics is a good subject. Economics is an excellent one. Okay, how to best utilize our scarce resource to satisfy our unlimited wants. Okay, even if we satisfy one want, another wants will arise. Say for instance, I offered gold to you all, of course. Okay, that is imaginary. So even that gold is not sufficient to us. Okay, we will get whatever that ornaments we want in one day, and another day we'll thought about of our relative or our mother or father, like that. Okay, sir, if same such type of gold is there, okay, my mother will get some ornaments. And another day you will come back again. Sir, something, even at least offer up to 75% of that gold, if you can offer, again we will get it for my father. It is not yourselves, it is everyone's psychology. So, economics is giving best solutions for this limited wants and unlimited desires. Unlimited wants, scarce resource. So it is the scarcity. It is studying about the scarcity. Second one is choice and opportunity cost. what is this choice you knows? Okay, if I bought Benz car, I cannot buy Volkswagen car. If I utilize money for something, I cannot utilize it for something else. I want to get interest from the bank. So thereby, I deposited all the money available with me in a fixed deposit. What is my want here? To get interest. What I did, I deposited all the money available to me. That's my earn in my bank as a fixed deposit. Fixed deposit. What happens? Okay, my desire is fulfilled. Okay, as per that calculated 3.5% or 4%. Yeah, or of course it is a term deposit, no, fixed deposit. No? Okay, you will get 6 to 7% based on the bank. 6 to 7% interest will accrue. Interest will come every year. Okay, good. That is yearly interest. Yearly interest rate is 6 to 7% fixed deposit. Okay. And now I have another want arose in my mind, that is to buy a car. Of course, I have already one car, I-20. No, I don't want like that car. I want something more luxurious car. Where can I bring that money? How can I? Okay, even if that satisfies with loan funds and all against that fixed deposit, okay, you all can advise me. Sir, you are already having the fixed deposit. No, against that fixed deposit, you take a loan. Yeah, I took personal loan or vehicle loan by keeping this as a security for a lesser rate of interest on the borrowed funds. Okay, I took a loan and I get it satisfied. And after a month, I get another desire to have a short plan to foreign trip. Short trip. Not my neighboring state or neighboring ports or something. And I'm wishing to go to some foreign place to cool down. Yeah, I wax up with all my worries. So I want to have some relaxation. I want to visit some places, New Zealand like that. So how to get funds? They are scarce resource and unlimited wants. Unlimited wants. Thereby, if I did fixed deposit, I cannot buy car, I cannot plan for my foreign tour. Thereby, I am losing that thing. The value of that losing, one is called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. I forego that opportunity that cost to me. Unnecessarily, I deposited this money into fixed deposit. If I am not depositing it there, I will get this car by paying this money to as a price to this car. Or if I am not depositing that money, I can spend that money for my foreign tour. But I did it. I did fixed deposit. So that is why I lose that opportunity of buying a car, fascinating luxurious car, and I lose the opportunity to visit a foreign place. So this subject will study the choice and opportunity cost. And another one is resource allocation. Economic studies how to allocate scarce resources effectively. That we will study in our coming sessions. Come and join with me. And next one is human behavior. Focus on how people make economic decisions, how people are making economic decisions. That is why it is studying human behaviors also. In detail, we will see in the coming sessions. It is having interdisciplinary nature, choosing linked with the politics, sociology, history, psychology, whatnot. It is closely linked with all these subjects. Okay, when I am talking about taxes, okay, one should have in their mind, okay, government is unnecessarily imposing high taxes, or government is not able to collect taxes, or the government is not providing like this, like that. Okay, they are having a lot of things. Okay, it is closely related to politics thereby. But we are not going to study about politics, that is a separate subject. But here we are studying about the economics, how to best utilize scarce resources for the unlimited wants. Either it is at micro level or at macro level. Okay, that should be fixed in your mind. That should be fixed in your mind. But it is a interdisciplinary nature. And again, when you are asking pocket money or you are expecting pocket money from your parents, they may say sometimes, in my days, school days, my parents are used to give lesser money, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees. With that, we had a good life during that period. But what is happening? I am giving 5,000 to you or 10,000 to you. You are unable to meet your needs. Okay, that is how past is and how present is. So that is the human behavior, how it is. And again, it is interdisciplinary history. It is, okay, what happened during those days, history, and psychology. How is society during those days? How is society during the present period? That is sociology. So all this, it is an interdisciplinary nature. Economics is having an interdisciplinary nature. And again, it is a dynamic. Economics is a dynamic subject. I already told you it is a science. Science means what it do. It will find new things or causes for various happenings. Okay, it will change with time, change with technology, change with policies and consumer preferences. So all this will make this subject as a dynamic one. So economics basic features are, it is about scarcity, it is about choice or opportunity cost, it is about best utilize of the resources, resource allocation or else, and it studies about human behavior. It is an interdisciplinary nature and it is a dynamic subject. Hope you all enjoyed this session and thank you very much for your support and hope you all will join my future sessions and like this video, share it to your friends and relatives and especially for students you know in your community, and let them come and join with me in a big way and make this program a grand success. Thank you one and all.